Pass that bitch to what?
It's getting cold outside. I might have to cut for.
What's up, YouTube? I am back with my hair done for another segment of Cooking with Cookie. You guys saw me hit a couple of days ago with my hat on, my beanie on, but I'm all cute. And today we're about to make some shrimp rings. We are going to make shrimp rings. You know how everybody like chicken rings? Well, my favorite food is shrimp and wings. So we're gonna try to make shrimp rings. So first, of course, we're gonna get out all of our ingredients. So let's get cooking, good looking. So of course, you're gonna start off with your flour batter mix. And you guys already know what we do, usual routine. Most people know it's our garlic powder. It's our onion powder. Oh, my onion powder is running low. It's our black pepper. It's some salt, and of course me and this stupid salt shaker. I never get enough salt out of it. I'm gonna just soon buy a better shaker. So let's spread some of that salt. And then of course your coloring. You never want to have light-skinned food. You get your paprika. Always have, some people like smoked paprika. I like just regular old paprika. And you know what I like when I do shrimp and fish? I love my fish fry. Okay, the New Orleans fish fry. To me, it gives it that extra little seafood taste. Some people like to use Old Bay, but I feel like Old Bay, sometimes if you're not careful, it just kind of makes your stuff kind of salty. So I try to stay away from Old Bay. So you mix all of that together to make your nice flour mix. Okay, so once your flour is done, now we're gonna do, of course, crack some eggs. I'm gonna do about 3 eggs. I'm gonna put a little bit of black pepper and a little bit of salt in my eggs. Just me. When you ever go to a restaurant and the food is really, really tasty, they put some seasonings in there. Okay, so everything is seasoned. Look at that yolk being super stubborn. With a good whisk. He doesn't like an egg whisking. All right, so now we got a bag of medium shrimps, where of course these ones, I got them with the tail off. Normally when I do my fried shrimp, you guys know I like to leave the tail on. So what we're gonna do with these bad boys is we're gonna try to chop and mince them up as small as possible. So we're just gonna chop and mince them up as small as possible, which is really hard to do. I really wanted to put them in like the food processor, like in my bullet, but I use that for smoothies and things. So I just felt like, you know what? I gotta get a separate processor if I really wanna do that. So this is gonna take some time to just really get them really minced up and mashed. But we want them mashed because, as you know, if you're making chicken rings or shrimp rings or any of things like that, you know that it starts with like almost like a ground beef consistency. So even if you're gonna do the chicken rings, the meat should be grounded out. So right now I'm just rounding it out, okay? Which would have been a lot easier. If you have a food processor at home or your smoothie maker, if you're, you know, I'm very OCD with putting certain things together. So I don't want my shrimp in something that I make my fruit batters, you know what I'm saying? But the knife is working out. So we'll be right back when we get this all mashed up. All right, so we got the shrimp real pureed like ground beef. And we're gonna just pinch off a piece. Not too much actually. I'm gonna ball it up like how you're doing like a burger. Just make a little ball. And you're gonna flatten it. And then you're gonna wanna just make a little donut hole. So it looks like so, okay? Being that shrimp, to me, it's super sensitive. I put it in the flour first. I put it in the flour first to kind of keep it all together, if that makes sense. And I dip it into the egg, which as you can see, it's super, super sensitive. We don't want our rings to break apart. And then we get it back in that flour. Flour to save the day. Always make sure your back puncture in your hole. Make sure your donut hole is there so that you have a real nice ring. Okay? All right. Always make sure it's nice and floured up. And you have that, a shrimp ring. All right, so we're going to, of course, make a few of these. All right, so that was tedious. So just know you have to be very careful with shrimp, especially when you're making it in the ground shrimp form. Took me a couple of minutes, but I got myself 5 beautiful donut-looking shrimp rings. See that? So just the usual egg batter, flour, and get it dipped. I lost a glove messing around with the knife. So I'm just gonna change up my gloves, and then we are about to get over to the deep fryer. All right, so we're over at our deep fryer. My camera will not let me live. So we're just gonna pick them up gently because remember, I wanna be careful. And we're gonna just go 2 at a time because you guys know, if you've watched any of my videos, I have a tiny deep fryer. Don't forget, be really careful with your rings because they are so sensitive. And everyone knows you let your shrimps fly. They fly. What? You let them fry until they float, and that's how you know that they're done. So yeah, we'll be back when these are fried up. Alright, so they're just about floating around in here. One of them got a little bit trigger happy to the bottom of the deep fryer, which is really crazy. We got a beautiful float going on right here. We take it out so you guys can see. So you guys know my PT Demura strainer that I use, my very mindful strainer, it's missing. So today we're gonna just use a bowl with some tissue so that it can dry. So the first one, let me move this up a little. First one is done. Isn't that cute? Look at that, cute. And I'm just making a mess with the shrimp stuff everywhere. I'm gonna be wiping for hours. Alright, so we're gonna load back up the deep fryer with some more and get those going. And so we're putting in our next set. Just remember, this process, because they're so cute, you have to be very careful with them. They're so pretty. So we're dumping batch number 2. Getting those popping. Yeah. And I guess I'll be back with you guys when we're done. Alright, you guys, look at those. One, of course, I lost in the battle. I was messing around and it just looked really crunchy to me. So we are done. And you have shrimp rings, baby. And of course, you can't have shrimp without your tartar. Now, can you? Oh my gosh, aren't they cute? You guys love, 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 love. Guys, we're done. We're done. And you know, I always have to do my pose with my meal. This I thought was really, 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 really cute. I saw a young lady attempting, like me, to do it. And just as I thought, it was really, really hard to do because the shrimp tends to get away from you a little bit. But, you know, egg holds everything together. And we made it. Aren't they pretty? Oh, my God. So I broke off a piece of the piece that broke. So I'm going to do a little dip. Honey. White Castle, get with it, okay? You need to be serving shrimp rings, not just chicken rings. Anyway, you guys, that's the end of the video. And the usual, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me some things you want me to make, bake, whatever it is. And don't forget to come back to the kitchen. And let's just get cooking. Good looking. Bye.
In a different book, on a different page. You said you were different, but you're the shit.
Pass that bitch to walk.
Straight